I have my co-host here, Sergeant Risner. Anyway, we're going to talk about Quake Champions. Is it dead? Is it alive? Is it going to continue? I know I hope so, but we're going to dive a little deep here into Quake Champions today. Talk about one of my favorite games of all time and what in the world is going on with it. But before we begin, you've played Quake Champions quite a bit, haven't you, Risner?
A lot, actually.
Have you played? You've played the other Quake games, right?
Yeah, I've played Quake 1, 2, 3, and
you don't have to speak of 4. 4's not important. 4
I don't think I played it.
Well, 4's like the redheaded stepchild that nobody likes and forgets about.
Okay, so act like 4 wasn't a thing.
Yeah, you just kind of pretend it's not there, and it just kind of sits in the corner. You don't ever feed it or anything.
John, do we need to talk about something?
Because then it'll come back to haunt you and it'll be around. But anyway, Quake Champions. Quake Champions. Honestly, it's still not fully released, and it's 2018 right now. So I figure in 2019 they'll actually fully release it. But
I thought it's fully out.
No, it's actually not fully out. I was reading on it the other day. And Quake Champions is not fully out. It's still in beta. You can get it on Steam or the Bethesda launcher. Hey, I said it right. You should be proud of me. Bethesda.
Yeah, I know you didn't say Bethsaida.
Bethesda. But anyway, Bethesda, there's Quake Champion tournaments. There's Quake Pros. But for whatever reason, the player count is still down. And I'm not sure why. There's some theories out there why it's down. A lot of people don't like the abilities. I think the abilities, the Quake has to adapt, people, and it has to grow. And I know you want that old Quake 3 feeling, but you already have that game. It might not look the prettiest, but you still have Quake 3 and Quake Live to play. There's still people plays it.
I think that they should come out with like a classic mode that you can like select and search for.
Yeah, that would be fine. That should be it. Well, why not put that in there? It'd be easy to do, right? But you already have that game though. Like, why don't we just play Quake Live if that's all you want? Quake Champions is trying to get with the times a little bit. People like lore. None of these champions had lore. They have lore now. And they're, abilities just kind of give another dynamic. This is the way I'm going to try to break it down. I know everybody knows Spades and Rook, right? You've played Spades and Rook.
What's that? I'm just kidding.
You have trump cards. And
I was joking, John.
I know, but I'm just trying to break it down for everybody listening. Listen, you have trump cards in Rook and in Spades. Spades, obviously, it always stays Spades. That's why they call it Spades. Rook, you choose, you bid on your hand. You bid on your hand in Spades. But the one thing Spades does different is that you can kneel. That brings a whole nother aspect to the game of Rook. Basically, you can't kneel in Rook. It just gives you another option. That's all I'm saying. I'm not saying Rook's a bad game. I like Spades better. But it's still essentially almost the same game. But in Spades, you can kneel now. And that brings a whole nother strategy to the game. That's what Quake's trying to do. It still plays like Quake. It plays just like other Quakes. And they're improving it every day. And I'm not sure why. I think the younger generation, they don't know how to strafe jump and all this stuff.
Don't call me out like that.
They don't know. Do you know how to strafe jump? No.
Yeah.
You've never tried to strafe jump, I promise. You probably know a little bit, but you've not mastered it. I've not even mastered it. I'm still learning how to do it.
John,
do it
do you
good.
Know how to bunny hop?
Yeah, bunny hopping is the same. You kind of bunny hop to strafe jump in a way.
CS:GO.
Yeah, but anyway, that stuff's been around for years. Anyway, back to Quake. Well, I think a lot of these new gamers, you're not necessarily a brand new gamer. I'm talking about these gamers that's just, they've got them They've got their first gaming computer. You've got your first gaming computer probably when you was 10. I don't know.
That's like 8.
There you go. 8. So just think you're a new 16-year-old male and you get on Steam. You're like, oh man, there's all kinds of little free to play games on Steam here. Oh, look at this game. And you're going through your little Steam store and you're like, oh, what's this game? I wonder what it is. And Quake Champions just happens to be your first person shooter you've ever played now. So you're this little 16-year-old and you're in your first match at Quake Champions. And this is your first person shooter you've ever played. Now, the problem with Quake Champions, and for this poor 16-year-old male that's joining Quake Champions, if he doesn't do the tutorial or anything like that, just God rest his soul. Because Quake Champions is not for a new first-person shooter person. It just isn't. Even Call of Duty in those games is a little bit more friendlier than Quake Champions is. Do you agree with that?
Yeah.
For a new first-person shooter person.
Yeah, definitely.
Because
Quake.
The thing with Quake Champions is you could pull the trigger and get lucky and kill somebody.
Mm-hmm.
You can't necessarily do that on Quake.
No, Quake, you gotta know how to do a 360 no-scope backflip, double-crossed, tap space, aim and shoot at the same time that you're teleporting through the air.
Well, the thing with Quake is you don't start out with a good weapon. So you can't just kind of stand around and get lucky and headshot somebody. You can't. You can headshot people with a railgun, but it doesn't kill them. If you headshot somebody on Call of Duty, it instantly kills them. And you can get lucky and do that. So it's not noob friendly at first. So the problem is, I think, with Bethesda is they're not releasing enough content or something for the new people out there. And that's the issue. Quake Champions is a very competitive game. And even I'm getting older, and the less I want to be competitive or play really high-skilled competitive games, for whatever reason, I still love Quake Champions. I mean, I absolutely love it. I could get killed on it a billion times now and not want to quit. I mean, eventually I'd want to quit, but it's very competitive. It is like one of the most competitive games I've ever played. What do you think?
Quake is pretty competitive. Like, if you even just go to look at the streamers tab while you're waiting to search for a game, that's all you see is people trying to be, like, professional competitive games.
Yeah, it's insane. Like, the duels... So a lot of people... And there's a lot of complaints with the dueling system right now. Back in the day, you didn't have champions with different abilities, different health, and different armor, speeds, etc. So
you was all literally the same guy.
Yeah, you was the same model. You just had a different skin. I mean, some models were a little bigger. They had maybe a little bit bigger hitbox or something. That was basically it. But everybody kind of moved the same. They call it vanilla Quake 3 movement and something like along those lines. So, I mean, even a lot of the champions now in Quake Champions, they still have that vanilla Quake 3 feeling. They just released a new champion, Athena, and she still has the movement like Quake 3, just like Visor. But that's not what I'm getting to. I'm getting to that a lot of people don't like the instant kill abilities. And that's a big...
Ranger?
Frowned upon. And I was arguing with somebody on Reddit the other day. And they was talking about Death Knight. And do you know who Death Knight is? I don't know if you've played Death Knight yet.
Yeah.
So anyway, his ability, he shoots out like a big flame.
Guy.
He shoots out like a 3-wave flame, and if you get real close to somebody, it just does all kinds of damage. It doesn't really one-shot you though. But the thing is when I was dueling, I was using him because, I mean, he's part of the game, so why not use him? Everybody else was. And I would get cussed at the end of the game. When they going to fix Death Knight? Blah, 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 blah. But anyway, I got on the subreddit, Quake Champions, and of course they're complaining about Death Knight. And they're like, he needs fixed. He needs fixed. You can't counter the champion. I'm like, okay, first of all, you could choose the same champion. It doesn't like lock the champion out. You can still choose it. So there's your counter. And they're like, oh, you shouldn't be able to counter him with the same thing. That's cheating. I was like, all right, hold on.
I can counter him pretty good with the Doom guy. Just jump over his fire and kill him.
I mean, this guy said that was cheating. He said
just crybabies.
I was just like, all right, I gave you an answer. Obviously, you're not going to take that answer. So obviously, you're just wanting to complain about. I said, please tell me what game is completely evenly balanced. Is Overwatch? Overwatch and Quake, they get compared to each other for some reason. I would say
Overwatch is the closest to perfectly balanced you could ever come.
Is it, though? Is all the champions perfectly balanced?
I said closest to perfect. It's definitely not perfect.
That's what I'm saying.
Probably the closest out of any other game.
There is no perfect game out there. Sorry.
No. You can never get a perfect game.
That's just...
There's always... Somebody is always going to find a flaw with a character.
And they're going to abuse it.
Exploit, yeah.
I mean, I don't know what this guy was wanting. He started just calling me dumb and stuff, and I'm just like, whatever. I don't care at this point.
Must have been a liberal.
Must have been. But anyway, I'm like, I gave you the answer. Why didn't you just pick him? I shouldn't have to play him if I don't want to. I'm like, well, you don't have to play him, but there's a way to counter it. You just don't get close to Death Knight. And you don't get exploded. I'm like, okay, so then I went into explaining. I was like, listen, Sorlag isn't that hard to play. She's not hard. She has a ton of health and she spits on you. I mean, what ability is hard to play? I said, Ranger actually does one-shot you if you hit him with his orb. Perfect.
Yeah, you gotta hit like perfectly on them.
I mean, even if you don't, it still does a ton of damage. I'm like, what champion isn't cheese to play? I mean, of course, some champions are harder to play. Slash is hard to play. Visor doesn't automatically kill you, but you can see where they're at. Doom guy, he automatically locks on and starts punching you in the face.
Well, I mean, the way that you got to move with him is really hard to get used to. You can't run straight. You got to jump right.
So will I say that Death Knight's ability is a little easier to use? Yeah, I'm not saying it's not, but it's not like we're performing like brain surgery or something playing Slash or Anarchy. And Anarchy, his ability kind of sucks. All he does is juice up and get health. But I mean,
that man's already unshootable, so it doesn't really matter.
I'm like, I don't know. Everybody just likes to complain. Either they like the game or they don't. I really want the marketing team to really do something with this game. I don't know what it is.
I haven't seen this game advertised anywhere.
That's another point I was getting to. Let's talk about this advertising of this game. Whenever I have to explain to all my friends and buddies that this is a new game, there's something going on. Like like when I mentioned, like the other day, I walked in the Speedway. Take this. I usually wear my Twitch shirt, so sometimes people, hey man, it's like a conversation. Hey man, you watch Twitch? You stream or anything? I'm like, yeah, I stream every now and then. And they're like, oh, cool, man. What game you play on there? I was like, Quake Champions, man. Have you ever heard of it? Quake Champions, what's that? I've heard of the old Quake. I'm like, see, this is what I'm getting at. Like, why do I have to explain? Why am I having to explain to a random person what Quake Champions is? Then he's sitting here talking. He's like, oh man, I love watching that World of Tanks game on there. I'm like, of course I've heard of that game. I'm just like, are you telling me World of Tanks is more popular than Quake Champions is right now? World of Tanks.
I mean, I never knew what this game was until you was like, download this game and play it. And I was like,
that's what I'm saying. So this is my complaint. I'm doing all I can. I have bugged everybody to death. I know I have, and I'm doing it on purpose to play this game. I have sent link after link to all my friends. I've linked it on Twitter 1 billion times, and I'm a nobody. What are they doing? I don't understand. Why don't they get some big streamer And they have sponsored streamers to stream it, but they've sponsored like Dr. Lupo. Like he's known for Fortnite. Mm-hmm. And he doesn't have.
Maybe that's why they sponsored him.
I mean, that's like the only one they've sponsored, though. I don't understand. I mean, and all the Quake pros, they're getting maybe 300 viewers. They're not reaching that many people. Like, why haven't they tried Ninja? I mean, he gets 70,000 people a game.
Actually, let me look at the streamers for right now. Let's see.
On Quake?
Yeah, let me see who the top streamer or how many people they have watched.
So right now during this podcast, they're actually having a tournament tomorrow. So a lot of people are traveling. So there'll be more games tomorrow. Mostly it's like Russian people playing, I think. I looked earlier today because I thought the PGL tournament was this morning, and it's not. It's tomorrow.
I was meaning the most view count.
Oh, yeah.
98 people.
Yeah, so unless Rafa's streaming, and he's the most popular Twitch Quake streamer, he gets maybe 500 people when it's peaked.
This one's I Am Effortless.
Yeah, he's pretty good. Effortless is pretty good. But I'm just saying, like, why? I almost feel like that Bethesda's going to start sending me a paycheck for as much as I try to advertise this game for them. And I'm nobody. Like, I have, like, getting close to 700 followers on Twitter. What's 700 followers going to do? Why didn't they? I don't know. I don't know what they're doing wrong.
School has more followers than that.
Who?
I said there's people in my school that has more followers than that.
That's what I'm saying. I'm not that popular. It's just I mean, it's growing, but I mean, I don't know. I don't know what they're doing wrong. I really don't.
They aren't, sponsoring people to advertise for them. Like mostly like World of Tanks. Have you ever seen Mr. Beast on YouTube?
I haven't, but I mean, I've heard of World of Tanks, though. It's literally on everything.
Yeah, like I'll be checking out random YouTubers that's just doing like stupid stuff on YouTube when I'm bored, and that's like all I see sponsoring them is World of Tanks.
And that's the thing is the trailers for Quake is kind of let down. They're not showing the cool things that makes Quake appealing, and that's like rocket jumping in the air and rail shotting somebody in the face.
Remember the Unreal Tournament cutscenes and stuff?
Yeah.
When they was coming out with it, it showed like I can't think of his name right now. The guy that usually play as in the campaign.
I don't remember.
But anyways, it showed him like tearing things as like faces off and blowing them to pieces and stuff. That's what people want to see in these games.
And you would think the company that made Doom
would know how to make a gory cutscene.
Would know how to market this game, and I don't know.
You seen how they market Doom? I
mean, yeah, everybody knows what Doom is.
Everyone knew Doom was coming out.
I know it don't make no sense. It's like
even people that wasn't gamers was like, "Whoa, Doom."
What is this? It's awesome. And really, when you think about it, Doom runs on the same engine as Quake Champions. Doom's multiplayer is terrible compared to Quake Champions. It's essentially the same thing. It plays almost the same. I don't like when I think about it, multiplayer for Doom's multiplayer should just be Quake Champions at this point. And with Doom Eternal coming out, everybody knows it's coming out, and I don't know what they're thinking with Quake Champions. I don't know. They're like, it's free to play model, so it'll build itself, and I don't know what it is, but so to sum it up, I think it's not really noob friendly, like at all. It's not. It's not noob friendly.
It's got a really steep learning curve.
You almost have to be willing to want to learn it.
Yeah, you got to be willing to play every day.
And you got to be willing to, die a lot at first. And
this is one of the games that makes me want to just falcon punch like a Goliath in the face.
It's just, I don't know. So it's not noob friendly. It's not marketed well right now. But maybe that's because it's not fully out. I'm from what I'm reading, it's not fully out. They're still reworking maps, honestly. You know that awful map Blockbox?
Yes.
They're actually making it a decent map. They have rearranged the items on there.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so like they're putting like mega health on that little jump pad where the quad is. So it's not as appealing to try to camp up there for quad. And they're moving. There's a little armor shard that gives you 50 armor that's hidden behind a little green waterfall. And I literally, like, whenever I see any streamer that's bigger than me and they're actually giving Quake Champions a shot, they literally have no idea that shard's there. Like, they go past it a billion times.
You know, this is random, but I'm in Quake right now, and I just now realized you could buy champions with favor.
Yeah, you can buy them with favor now.
I'm really close to being able to buy one with favor. It costs a lot.
I really just need to get you the champion pack, but it costs a lot now since they upped the price to like $50, I think.
What the heck, really?
Yeah, I got the early access one for $30.
It's 40.
Is it 40? I knew it was 40 or 50, something like that. But yeah. But I mean, at least you can play now and unlock champions, though.
Yeah.
So they're working with the free play model. I think there's going to come a time that there's going to be a big jump again.
Maybe when it fully releases, like they take it out of
whatever they considered a full release. I have no idea. But here's hoping the Quake Champions continues to grow. I feel like the core audience is here. I really do. Like the people that love Quake are already playing it. You ain't got to worry about those guys. I'm here. The people that I have a community with, Quake Champions core group, they're there. We just need the new upcoming gamers to like this game. And so to wrap it up, I think that we're having an issue, or Bethesda's having an issue with, they're afraid to make it so casual that it gets rid of the core people. But I'm telling you right now, I love this game. And
pretty fun.
I think
addicting.
I think that the more they improve it, the better it'll be. I think it's getting better every single patch. It's definitely come a long way since I've done closed beta. It really has. I mean, it's so much better. So
it's a lot better than when it first came out.
Yeah, it's a lot better. And the new modes and stuff and the new champions coming out. I mean, as long as they keep producing quality content and they polish the game, make it better, I think it'll succeed. But
all this talking about Quakes made me want to play Quake.
I'm going to send you a video in a minute, and it's the Reddit Quake Champions trailer, and it's amazing. It'll make you want to play Quake. But
I already do want to play Quake.
Well, this make you play it even more. It's awesome. It's awesome video. Like this, for everybody out there listening, if you're listening to this, go watch the Quake Champions Reddit frag movie. It literally needs to be like, Bethesda needs to make a video like this to get people to play. It's made by Shazik, I think is his name. Sorry if I butchered that, but it's amazing. He done a fantastic job. But guys, if you want to come hang out, play some Quake Champions with me, twitch.tv/Kentucky Nerd. Follow me on Twitter @RealKYNerd. Follow the Risner, Isaac_Risner. But we hope you have a good day. Be sure to download Quake. It's free, guys. Free Quake Champions. Come learn how to play. Have a great time. It's worth putting some time and effort into, I think. But feel free. Frag Fridays.